Hi, I'm Kevin Thorne. Let's discuss the elements of a visual style guide for e-learning. Establishing a style guide, let's agree that most e-learning is slide-based. Designs and styles should be authoring tool agnostic. PowerPoint is a great tool for layout and composition, and design is subjective. For the sake of time, we'll use these pre-built set of e-learning layouts to determine our styles. There are more than just the layout screens to consider. We need to consider fonts, buttons, other color styles, and countless other behaviors. Let's break it down into a few major components: themes, visual styles for fonts and colors, layouts, graphic treatments, navigation elements, and overall behaviors. For themes, a best practice is to find an inspiration image that speaks to the overall message. Images invoke tone and emotion, and establishing an inspiration image will anchor the assembly of your style guide. Let's move on to the next component in identifying colors and font styles. Using an inspiration image and a color picker, we can quickly identify a good color palette. Let's assume we're using a course on workplace culture. From this seemingly black and white photo, we can pull hues and tones from the image for main and contrasting colors. A quick mock-up with our inspiration image shows us the colors and how they work together in context. Next, we need to document our colors and assign them navigation elements and on-screen font styles by using letter codes. 4 to 5 colors are a great starting points, and we can add more if the design dictates. This is also a great time to pair a set of fonts together and test the colors with the chosen fonts on different backgrounds to ensure good readability. I know fonts can be fun, but try keeping your choices to no more than 2 or 3 font types. We need to also identify which layouts are for content, for media, and for interactions. Content layouts will establish the visual layout of how the e-learning course may look like. From here, we build on that main layout with consistent structure for additional layouts. With our color palette, we can now assign them a letter code, and each letter code will correspond with a specific element within the layout. The process is to move through each potential layout as needed. Here are 2 examples of how a video might be presented. One with the video in its own container on the left, and one with the video as a pop-up window. Work through as many potential layouts as needed to ensure every style is documented. Images and graphics may not seem like they need assigned styles, but how we treat them is important. Selecting supporting images and photos should be a thoughtful process. The photo should complement the chosen color palette and theme. Here we've added a thin border using the color in block A. More importantly, we have identified 3 main sizes where all photos follow the same convention. Equally important is following fundamentals of visual design in alignment. The medium and small images are the same width. The small image's height is half the height of the medium image. Identifying and document these attributes now will save time once the project moves to development. Navigation is a critical aspect in designing e-learning from primary to secondary navigation. This is the time to consider normal, hover, and active states of all button behaviors. Will primary and secondary navigation look different but behave the same? Will any icons be used to navigate a different behavior? This is where we answer and document these questions. Finally, let's study the overall behaviors to ensure we have a consistent experience. Let's study a multiple choice assessment layout. The user selects their best choice and the radio button changes to a selected state. Then the user clicks the submit button. A feedback panel displays. The button label changes from submit to continue, and the user clicks to advance. As we agreed early on, design is subjective. Each e-learning design will dictate other considerations. A thorough analysis of project scope and requirements will identify what is needed. Then simply document each and every style. Style guides may seem like a bothersome task that is very time-consuming. However, spending time here will reduce the overall time in development. Otherwise, if you don't plan the time to design your styles at the beginning of a project, go ahead and plan on redesigning when it's inconvenient. One of my favorite quotes is from Milton Glaser, the designer of the I Love New York logo. I move things around until they look right. Thank you, and hope you found value in watching this presentation.